The UK is now the second most depressing country to live in officially.
"55 miles an hour, motoring car tax and redo your test every 5 years. Zach Polanski and the Green Party have just declared war on British motorists."
I'm joining the Greens because I believe in all their policies and everything they stand for. And I love Zach.
Playgrounds were made of concrete, weren't they? Concrete and scaffold poles. There was none of this bouncy shit on the floor, was there? Fell off concrete onto concrete, that was it. In the 1970s, a kid's playground was completely indistinguishable from a building site, wasn't it? The only way you could tell the difference is that on a building site, they made you wear protective clothing.
Socialists don't like people to do things for themselves. Socialists like to get people dependent on the state. You'll never build a great society that way. We were the first country to attempt and to succeed in rolling back the frontiers of socialism, which is the first cousin to communism.
Drugs for kids under 18 unless they're on a trial, and they're starting trials on kids in this country on puberty blockers. That's how fucking crazy it's got. I know. Anyway, thank you, mate. Cheers.
I also tickets for the race.
I agree, pal. Cheers, mate. Thank you. It is busy now. I don't think I've had anybody going to the races disagree with me.
I agree with that.
Thank you, mate.
No problem at all.
Most people in Chester do.
Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah, thank you.
Why don't you take your opinion
Pardon?
somewhere else?
Come and have a chat with me.
No, I'm not having a chat with you.
You see, that's what you get. They just shout and throw abuse. They normally do. The thing is, they have no argument, so...
I also tickets for the racing. Tickets for the racing.
All right.
Thank you.
I like the message. See ya. Thank you, Jonathan.
He said he wants selling tickets. He said he wants selling tickets.
Thank you, mate. Yeah.
You're not wrong there, mate.
Yeah. I'm going around the country doing it. You can follow us on the social media at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, so if you go to Edge of the Matrix, you'll see all the videos, yeah.
Anyone need tickets for the race?
Welcome to Blighty Blighted, your daily reminder that sometimes the hardest thing isn't what we're dealing with. It's what we've quietly lost along the way. I often think back to times in the past, even 20 years ago, and I can't help but think, where did all that go? I'm still around, although my generation is almost all gone now. We were the greatest generation, as they called us, though we never called ourselves that, too humble and modest to claim it. Many of us went to our graves not telling anyone of our bravery and sacrifice during the war. Contrast that to the latest generation, they boast about nothing. Loud and proud, I often think, is that even British anymore? Our accents have changed, our behaviours and our morals. It's all changed. Not just the buildings or the shops.
The quality of life in this country has declined, and it's been happening to us since the credit crunch. We have not fully recovered, and since then we have had national traumas. The trauma of COVID and of
Yes.
seeing many people die, the trauma of lockdown and seeing many people's childhoods taken away from them,
Yes.
the trauma of Ukraine,
Yes.
the trauma of Gaza,
Yes.
and the trauma of a sense of generational unfairness that young people can't get on. And what we have seen in daily life is things becoming gradually more and more expensive and unaffordable, while the quality of living has declined. So at the end of that, it is no surprise that people are angry, and it's no surprise that people are saying we've changed government, and not only have things not got better, but we can't imagine things getting better. We don't see a plan with this particular government.
Yes, I do tell people to leave the country if they can, but that's an important detail. The if they can bit, it's getting harder and harder to get out of here, not least because people in foreign countries have begun to realise what modern Britain is like. They've begun to spot what most of us already know, that nothing works. Our schools are useless, our universities are even worse, that we're not training people to be any use at doing anything, that we're very badly governed, that we don't know how to run anything. Why should they have us? If you want to get out, by all means try, but don't ask me where you should go. Don't assume before you try going that everybody will want you. Get some qualifications, learn to speak a language. But the real problem is this. I'm not telling people to get out so that they can have nicer, better, comfier, more prosperous lives. I'm saying get out while you can, before this country becomes impossible to live in and impossible to escape from. The way in which our politicians behave, their incompetence, their inability to understand what's going on, their incredible willingness to spend money we haven't got, their refusal to face any of our major problems, are leading to the decay of what was once a major civilization. You think it'll just carry on being an inhabitable place forever? You'll be surprised. And people also say to me, well, why don't you go? I don't go because I'm 74. It's too late for me. I can't go somewhere else and make a living there. And I don't believe you should go to somebody else's country without being able to support yourself. That may not be the case with you. That's all I'm saying. Get out while you can.
The orange fuel light just came on in my car. The last time I filled up, it was 171 a litre. What is it now? 215. That's a 44-cent increase in a little over 2 weeks. How much further can this go? It's actually not getting more expensive for me though, because I'm only putting in €30 at a time.
So it has been confirmed that they want to reduce the speed limit on motorways to 55 miles an hour, because it is apparently the most economical speed to drive at. They also want to reduce the speed from 30 to 20 in built-up areas as well. They want you to retake your driving test every 5 years because they say that it is a privilege and not a right to have a driving licence. And on top of that, they basically want to charge motorists to park on the road outside their house at night time. Because again, they say this isn't everybody's automatic right. People are struggling enough as it is to afford the basics in life. Running a car is extremely expensive, and Zach Polanski and this Green Party want to make it even worse. Imagine the wasted money and resource of people resitting their driving test every 5 years. People need cars, and this is just going to price people out of it, which is exactly what they want to do. I said before that Labour don't want you driving or owning a car. Well, these lot want you driving even less than they do. Honestly, Zach Polanski and this Green Party are insane, and they should be absolutely nowhere near a British government. Let me know what you think of this in the comments.
We would have to fend for ours that no one born after 1987 knows what it's like to have a scab that lasts for 6 years. Whatever playground you went to across the country, there'd be at least one bit of equipment with the following rumour. Kid died on that. And that'd be the one we queued up longest to get on, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Do you know what toddlers have got today? Do you know what they've got? Soft play centres. Pussies.
Should kids be allowed to identify as cats and dogs at school? And should other kids be punished for going on the grass when that is a designated furry space only? So I come across a status on another social media platform and I wanted to read to you and gather your thoughts. Schools are crazy places now. My son's teacher held a class meeting on Friday regarding fairies in his class. I found out there is 4 of these fairies in his class. If you don't know what a fairy is, they are kids who are allowed to think that they are either cats or dogs by their parents, and now the school for some crazy reason. Turns out only fairies are allowed on the grass at yard time. They are allowed to roll around and play. I'm not joking here. The other kids are not permitted on the grass, as the grass is designated as fairy only area. Some kids questioned this to the teacher in the yard. This teacher then got the class teacher to hold this meeting. The teacher in the yard accused the kids of not respecting the fairies designated area. Now, the rule in school is that these fairies are not allowed to hiss at other pupils. They have to speak English. This meeting went on for 45 minutes during Friday class. Now, if other parents want their kids to pretend to be an animal at home, that's their business. But for the school to allow this nonsense, plus give them special treatment compared to the other pupils, is unacceptable. Is this what school life has become? Then an update saying the kids have now been asked to write a persuasive essay to the principal on why they should be allowed onto the grass at lunchtime. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
50% of women aged 30 in the UK have not had children, which by demographer Stephen Shaw's calculations mean that 50% of that 50% will never have children. So they're going to succumb to something he calls unplanned childlessness. About 25% of our total generation are never going to have kids, even though they wanted them. It's only about 10% of people that don't want kids ever. A lot of people that don't want to have those kids have come from very broken and traumatizing homes, so they can't see the value in becoming parents themselves because their lives as children was so poor. Unless you're willing to address the multifaceted forms of child abuse, you're going to convince those people rationally.
Taxes are at a post-war record high. Up to 45% income tax on what you earn. Then 20% VAT tax on what you spend. If you're a business, you have VAT, then 25% corporation tax, then business rates, then 15% national insurance. Then you've got council tax, road tax, car tax, stamp duty tax. There are 39 different taxes that you pay. The town centres are in ruin. They're run down. There's empty high streets and increasing homelessness. You get stabbed for a watch in London, and petty crime is now legal in the UK. The cost of living is soaring, and inflation has wiped out 35% of your money in the last 5 years alone. You work 3 days out of 5 for the government, and you pay £4,000 a year in government debt interest. Then when you finally pay off your house and you retire, you're looking at 40% inheritance tax. And this is just the beginning. The UK want to tax you even more, and they want a digital ID, and they want more control. There will be no cash soon whatsoever. You'll get imprisoned for your social media posts. You own less and less and less. You give away more and more and more. And people wonder why everyone's either leaving the UK or taking the streets to protest.
Successive governments stand there and go, you know, we're the party of home ownership, yet every MP is a NIMBY in their own area and they won't allow anyone to build.
You've got not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, but 7 children.
I do, yeah. I'm blessed.
That's remarkable. I'm amazed by you, firstly, just because nowadays that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
That is something I believe we need to encourage, maybe not necessarily 7, but more people to do. How do we get about doing that?
So I tell you, so home ownership is directly correlated to childbirth. People don't have children in this country if they don't have security of homes. And we have 30 and 40-year-olds that own a home, that don't own a home, and a state that will never provide for them. And I've spoken to so many people in that age bracket who are like, I can't, you know, I don't know where I'm going to live. I cannot have children right now. And successive governments stand there and go, you know, we're the party of home ownership, yet every MP is a NIMBY in their own area and they won't allow anyone to build. Number one, I think there needs to be a laser focus on home ownership, I believe. Also, that's how you get people to believe in capitalism, right? Because they own a bit of it. And then one of Nigel's policies is to lift the 2-child cap benefit for couples in full-time work, because what's happened is wages have been stagnant since 2008 because we've imported foreign cheap labor, right? So we've invariably imported cheap wages. And you and I know people are working so hard. Taxes are so much higher. Every time I go to the supermarket, the cost is just that little bit more. Prices are higher, and childcare is a fortune. So what happens is either the woman leaves and doesn't work. So if you're in full-time work, the message from us is that Britain backs you. And I think families have not felt right now that the country backs them.
For more clips like this, follow now.
I sometimes think now that nowadays, when you look at certain things that go on in this country, one does tend to think, good God, what did I fight for? I thought we were fighting for a better world and a better country. But the way the country goes now sometimes, I wonder if we didn't waste our time a bit. It's, I think nowadays, I think life is so different to what we expected it to be.
You are on the numbers. How much are we spending every year on debt interest?
Look,
how much are we spending every year on debt interest?
Well, we don't need to, do we?
I'm just trying to work out how good you are on the numbers. How much are we spending every year on debt interest?
Look, actually, of all people, Richard Tice has been saying the same thing. During COVID, we gave loans to the Bank of England.
You can't give me a rough figure on how much we're spending on debt interest every year?
Well, there's £70 billion that we owe to the Bank of England, but we don't actually owe that money.
You mean the debt or the deficit?
The debt.
Okay, the debt is
the deficit, sorry.
Okay, we are spending £100 billion annually on debt interest, right? Huge amount of money.
Right.
So one of the things I suppose I'm getting at
but what I'm getting straight back at you is we don't need to spend that money. So that money has been created as an idea. We're spending that money straight back to ourselves.
This is my point about the change, is that we do need to spend that money now, because that is how we borrow the money from the markets to fund the things that we're funding. One of the reasons why, and I know you're not happy with the sort of economic performance and the performance more generally of the Labour government, one of the reasons why they do have to be conscious of the market reaction to something like a budget is because if they get it wrong, the markets lose confidence and the costs of borrowing then go further, and we end up spending even more. So that's why I keep saying, how do you get from A to B?
Well, and so now we're really getting to the root of the question. I think it comes to all of what Rory was just saying, because I think we're operating in different paradigms. I don't think the market should be dictating democratic.
If you were born in the 70s, life was simpler and better. One income paid for a house at 3 to 4 times salary. Mum home with happy kids, dad providing without stress. No dual income exhaustion, depression rates half of today. Music, ABBA, Bowie, disco fever. Fashion, flares, platforms, tech. Colour TV arriving, no screen addiction. Communities safe, freedom's real. Born in the 70s? You had it good. What year were you born? Comment below with your decade, like if you wish you were 70s born, and follow for 80s edition.
So apparently the UK government wants to make child-free women pay for the fact they don't have children. France, on the other hand, is sending letters in the mail to women who turn 29 saying, your fertility window is closing, make sure you get your eggs frozen and we'll give you tax benefits for freezing. Babes, it's not about a tax benefit. It's about not wanting to bring a child into an unsafe, dangerous, predatory, capitalistic, patriarchal world. That's the problem. You can do as much as you want. You can, my God, I can't even speak.
Another classic Carlin Black Label advert. I love this one when it came out in 1989. Damn Busters.
Black Label.
Your best bet for a fuller flavour.
Black Label. Who benefits from the Great Reset? It's
got to be a small percentage of people.
Globalists, because this is another thing. Think about who benefited most from the whole COVID lockdown. It was the major corporations. It was actually the largest transfer of wealth to these major corporations in history.
So it's a small percentage of people that want to control the absolute masses.
Exactly. They call it stakeholder capitalism. That's a key part of it. But actually, when you look at what stakeholder capitalism is, it's just another form of communism. The only difference is who controls everything. With the traditional communism, it's the state that controls everything. And with stakeholder capitalism, it's a combination of the state and the major corporations.
Yeah, that's an evil little cult.
Yeah, it is.
So in layman's terms, the Great Reset is the shift from capitalism to communism.
Yeah, and disguised under this banner of stakeholder capitalism. But ultimately, it's about state control in collaboration with this technocratic elite. And it's the kind of thing that does eventually lead on to, I mean, all of the people who are behind the Great Reset, the people they admire most are the Chinese Communist Party, and they're talking about, they love the fact that, the Chinese Communist Party has their digital ID to the extent.
Hello, Tony. I think we might use a video replay here.
Super, Ralph. Let's do that.
Oh, yes, we could be in for a quintessential Tango Taste sensation here. Why, yes, Tony, let's look again.
Yes, Ralph. The big orange fella ran in from the left, and he gives him a good old slapping.
It just illustrates the bite and buzz of real oranges in Tango.
Yes, Ralph. Super taste sensation, smashing drink, lovely.
You know when you've been tangoed.
All the millionaires have gone, and now the middle class are doing one too. That's right, they're not mega-rich billionaires, they're families, professionals, teachers, engineers, small business owners, and they are quietly packing their bags and leaving Britain behind. According to new figures, middle-class Brits are fleeing the UK in droves, not for sun and sangria, but for financial survival. Since Labour's election win last summer, demand for so-called golden visas in countries like Greece and Portugal has absolutely skyrocketed. Applications from the UK for Greek residency schemes are up nearly 50%, and Portugal's jumped over 66%. And we're not talking about offshore tycoons. Experts say these are everyday remote working professionals and retirees, people with decent jobs who've had enough of what they see as punishing tax raids and no return. So what could have triggered this? Well, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is reportedly planning another round of tax hikes this autumn. Her last budget already scrapped non-dom status and tightened up inheritance tax, but now with wealthy residents bolting, she's looking to backpedal because, as one report put it, Britain is set to lose more millionaires than any other country in 2025, 16,500 of them. And yes, taxes started rising under the Tories, but Labour's taken the torch and sprinted with it. It's created a climate where even the middle classes are asking, what am I actually staying here for? Greece, for example, offers a 5-year residency and pathway to EU citizenship for just 250 grand in property investment. The same goes for Portugal. Spain shut its scheme in April, but not before 3,601 Brits applied last year, a 70% rise. Even the UAE is seeing a surge because it's not just about tax, it's about quality of life. These people aren't fleeing the NHS or the weather, they're fleeing a system that feels stacked against them. Labour insists the tax system is fair and progressive, but critics argue it's become a war on aspiration, and now even the Tories in Reform UK are scrambling to offer golden visa style schemes of their own, trying to lure back the very people Labour's pushed away. So here's the big question. When your best and brightest no longer see a future here, what kind of country are you really building? One full of champagne socialists. That's what.
Oh, I will not be surprised if they treated Shamima Begum like she is some hero, and they will be kissing her feet and saying, oh, your ISIS bride, come and become the Home Secretary. When Shabana Mahmood is done with the UK, let's give it to an ISIS bride. Of course I won't be surprised. Tower Hamlet, the most corrupt area, full of corrupt men that voted for a corrupt mayor. Everything about Tower Hamlet is corruption, and those people hide behind Islam and pretend that they care about Islamicness. They pretend that all they are for is Islamic laws and Sharia law. I would like someone to show me one Islamic country that is actually really doing the real deal of Islamic laws. None. It's just something. It's a facade that they use to abuse women, abuse others' rights, and get away with it. It's all for power, abuse of power, and manipulation, and the same old crap. This is why they're bringing it to the UK and rubbing it in everyone's faces. And the poor Muslims like me, the innocent ones who just wants to abide by the rules, we're the one who pay for the price. But I'm just going to tell you one thing. I promise you, if those people really love up Shamima Begum and don't call her out and fight for her rights to come to the UK, be sure that they are Islamists. They're not Muslims, they're Islamists. They're the radicals that are trying to ruin this country. Keep that in mind.
Why aren't people in Britain having kids anymore? Britain is dying out because we're not having enough kids. The birth rate in England and Wales and in Scotland is its lowest ever. It's 1.4 in England and Wales, 1.2 in Scotland, when in reality you need it to be 2.1 to continue population growth. So why is that happening? There are 5 big reasons, and the last one is the most important. The first reason is housing. To have a kid, you want to have a warm, affordable, safe home to raise them in. When I was born, the average house was 1.75 times average earnings. Today, it's 8 times average earnings. So not as many people have good homes. The second is expectation. Some people just don't want to settle down as early as they used to. But for people who do want kids, it's really, really expensive. It costs about £250,000 to raise a kid to 18 in the UK. So most families can't afford to have one kid, let alone multiple. That's because childcare in the UK is some of the most expensive in Europe. It costs £1,000 a month on average per child for childcare. So for 2 parents working full time, nursery fees are like a second mortgage. This all adds up to an economy where people have to work long hours, have a lack of flexibility, and can't make ends meet. So it's really difficult to raise a family. There is no more urgent crisis in this, so the government is doing a few things to help. Lots more free childcare hours, millions more homes, and a right to flexibility at work. We have got to fix this crisis so that we can make Britain young again.
Why do you think younger people are having less kids?
My parents had kids by the time they were my age, but like we would not be able to afford to have a child now.
Most people our age can barely afford to live for themselves.
I can't pay my rent.
I guess people are busy, lead busy lives, have careers.
Cost of living crisis for sure, and I'm still getting my life in order, so...
A lot of people don't want to bring kids into this world with like the current climate, like environments, like things going on politically. Like people don't want like to bring children into the world for them to grow up like that.
Having a child is a good thing. It makes you more of a man.
Wanting freedom. People feel like children are a burden.
Even though it is a financial burden, the love that it gives our family outweighs anything.
Knowing what it costs and the hours people have to work to keep a family is staggering.
I wouldn't suggest not having a baby due to finances, just make it work.
When I was younger, I learned so much about overpopulation, and I was really worried about that and thinking like, oh, maybe I'll do my part and not have kids.
Having children is not as easy as it used to be. You can't just take 3, 4, 5 years out.
Got to get myself some of that.
You are? Sit down.
Hey, where have you been? Been busy.
Me busy? You doing what? You deviant.
That's not my thing, is it?
Snappy plate of fries! The sweet smell of success! Challenge!
Sophie, who do you like best, Daddy or Chips? Daddy or Chips? Daddy or Chips? Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Mum. Daddy Chips.
Oh, girls. McCain chips. Britain's most popular choice.
Chips.
McCain. You just can't help yourself.
Friday feeling. You just can't keep it in.
I've got something to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pregnant. Bestow.
If gravy matters, make it our Bestow.
Is it mine?
The PC World Sale is on now, and we're stamping down on prices right across the store. Real breakthroughs, like £300 off this 2 GHz Packard Bell iExtreme PC with an Intel Pentium 4 processor. And a super sharp, super slim TFT monitor, together for just $11.99. At the PC World Sale, we're with you every step of the way.
You know where you are with, you know where you are with, floor collapsing, falling, bouncing back and one day I am going to the chemical
If you vote Reform UK, you're racist. Some of you in the last video didn't think I looked pretty enough to be touting those opinions, so here I am now, in the light. Oh, so stunning. Thank you. Yeah, you're still racist. I still don't like you. I still don't want you listening to my music, but thank you for the engagement, and I do use they, them pronouns, which is why I have the lady glasses. I'm surprised you can all read.
The tit hypnotist strikes again. This is why anyone with a brain cannot take the Green Party seriously. Zach Polanski, or David, has just come out and said that primary school children should be taught to take those safely. Yeah, you couldn't make this shit up. Anyone who actually supports this guy and the Greens, what is going through your head? He wants to get rid of our nukes and teach your kids how to do this. How are you taking this man seriously? He wants to legalise coke, the brown stuff, and date grape drug, GHB, for recreational use. He said in an interview that we regulate alcohol, so therefore we should regulate and sell this stuff. It's not quite the same thing, is it, mate? You literally can't make it up. And he's also said that he wants to strike a partnership with South American cartels as sustainable suppliers to the UK. I mean, this guy has lost the plot completely. And wait for it, all the supporters will jump in the comments section and say, oh, he didn't mean it like that. He's the only one that can save the UK. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get Putin to give up all of his nukes. We can all stand in a line, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. Honestly, the plot has been well and truly lost. Let me know what you think of this in the comments.
Hello, darling.
What miss you, honey?
Yeah, good.
Oh, thank you. What we doing? Not miss you, darling. Good luck. Good luck, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Right, we're in 861511. Right, we're in Brim's lesson. We're in Miss Brimco's lesson. Here she is. Hi, Miss Brim. Hey, sure. Hello, thank you. Giffin, come over here. You've got to do your party piece. Giffin. Hey. Alright. Come on. No, thank you. Put up your Demo, Demo. What is he like? And end with the thing. Oh yeah. Hello, what did
I bought some Chevy canteens, I bought a McDonald's, I bought a couple of t-shirts, I went I got the bus home, went out with mates, got some booze, and then went home and...
Okay, no, what are you guys freeing Gaza from?
From the genocide.
Imagine waving the Jamaican flag in Jamaica and being attacked for it. Imagine waving the Brazilian flag in Brazil and being attacked for it. Imagine waving the Chinese flag in China and being attacked for it. You couldn't imagine that. Do you want to know why? Because they will never allow it to happen. However, the UK is the only country in the world where the national flag is seen as an offence, is seen as a violation. If this is not enough proof that the left is trying to eliminate, eradicate and exterminate British culture and British values, I do not know what is.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. This is my property. Don't touch me. 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 No, I'm not from GB News. Don't touch me. Thank you.
Even say it doesn't we don't have control. And this is East London, this is Whitechapel, Bengali area, Muslim area. Offending our property.
No, I understand. I understand that you guys don't want to hear it. I would recommend that you just move away and don't listen to him.
Yeah, but we live here.
You're going to stand here.
But excuse me, we live here. So if we came outside, he's
not in his. He's not in your home.
No, by the end of the day, this is our community.
Camera is on.
Maybe.
Maybe why?
What's the camera for, basically?
Yeah.
Sorry?
What is the camera recording for? Just want to ask just a general question.
Do I have to ask you a question or?
No, yeah, I want the answer because it's not, you have to ask permission to record some specific stuff if someone's faces don't want to come involved.
Well, your face is not here anyway.
Yeah, but still, my siblings, my parents.
No. What do you think? What gives you the right to?
What do you mean? What gives me the right
to think I owe you an answer?
Because you're recording for no reason, and that's literally illegal. Have you not seen that?
Illegal?
Yes, it's illegal to record without permission.
Back then, life was simpler, yes, but it had a kind of shape to it. Communities knew each other. High streets had character. There was a sense that things belonged where they were. You could walk down a street and recognize it, and recognize the people in it. Now, everything feels a bit more interchangeable. Same shops, same signs, same patterns, wherever you go. And culture, real, everyday culture, has thinned out in places, not disappeared completely, but diluted. We used to make things, build things, pass things down. Now we scroll past them. I'm not saying it was perfect. The 1950s had its hardships, plenty of them. But there was a certain pride, a sense of identity. You knew where you stood and where you came from. These days people feel more disconnected. From each other, from place, even from the past. And when that happens, something important slips. A country isn't just roads and buildings. It's memory, habit, and belonging. Progress is inevitable. I understand that. Things change, they always have. But not all change feels like progress. Sometimes it feels like erosion. Slow, quiet, difficult to notice until you look back. And then you realize it wasn't just time that passed. Something went with it. Still, pieces remain. In people, in places, in memories. Perhaps the question now isn't just what we've lost, but what we choose to keep. Cheerio, and I will see you all in the next video.